Hi there. If you haven't seen the series on the 7 pillars of our third dimension, I have a link in the description below that you can go ahead and click to actually go through the entire series. Today, what I want to do is give a conclusion on what the series was about. So I am just a random guy on YouTube who's also going through a spiritual awakening. So you might be wondering, why am I qualified to put a series together on the roadmap to spirituality? You can say that's true because I don't have the regular qualifications like the gurus who are able to talk directly with spirit guides, or I can sense other dimensions, or any of these things as some of the other influencers on YouTube can do. But I have real life experience. I have a real life experience of going through this. From all the different trainings and books and videos and stuff that I use, I was missing the real life situations that I would consider people like me would go through. Now, don't get me wrong, I learn a lot from all the gurus, and I still do. But every now and again, I found myself with questions or situations that I don't think they addressed very well. Lots of times there are conflicting teachings that I was listening to, and I would have to spend a lot of time to reconcile those myself and to go through it. So my aim here is just to see if I can help to fill the gap. With that said, the introduction to the 7 pillars seems really intellectual. That was because I wanted to give a foundation as to what they are. So you will notice that I did present the pillars from pillar number 7 to pillar number 1. Pillar number 7 and pillar number 6, as I said, are universal truth. They're universal law. They're laws that it doesn't matter if we know them, recognize them, want to believe them, or anything. They are there. We can't change them. They don't go by whether or not we know that they're there or not. They don't stop. If we are not going on a spiritual journey, or we are going on a spiritual journey, or we are being what we consider cruel or bad, they're there. Okay? Doesn't matter. Then we have pillars number 1 and number 2. So pillar number 1, in different groups they call it different names. And then we have what's called the 2 realities. Those we can't do anything about. That's how reality works. 3, 4, and 5 is where we come in. Those are the parts that we use to grow. The group of people who I believe should start at pillar number 4 are those who are still in the grips of the religious system of fear, worship, and punishment. But they want to mature past that. And they're also looking for inner balance, guidance, and harmony. Allegorically, it would be like they are 21 years of age and ready to move out of their parents' house. The 4 states of health calls into question our inner state of being. It is our development. How are we mentally, metabolically, physically, and what I would consider substantially transform ourselves? This pillar forces us to address what we consume. What do we contribute? And how do we act with this give and take universe? Here, we're faced with questions like, what do we consume for our mind? What do we consume for our body? What do we consume for our soul? What do we contribute spiritually and physically, how do we reconcile that consumption and contribution in this grand cycle of exchange that we're all a part of? As we go through that section, we gain experience, we learn by trial and error, we develop our own awareness, and we have our own perception on everything else. We can't do this while we're in the grips of the current religious system. The five guiding principles are simple yet complicated, profound yet contemplative. They start to strip away the concept of worship and fear and punishment and really introduce a system of true unity by including everyone. One should engage with their simplicity, but also grapple with their complexity. These five guiding principles will pull at our emotions, our ego, and our systems and structures. As soon as we think we understand one, we find ourselves in violation of another. These five form a realization of what could be considered a moving target. Allegorically, it's almost like you're 50 years old, ready to take on the higher inner work that you're supposed to go through. If you have done some work in pillar number 4 and number 5, you are ready for the journey of finding out what is the true meaning of life. Is this our only shot at getting it right? That's where the three most important aspect comes in. That's where I believe all hell and heaven breaks loose. A lot of us aren't there, including myself, okay? But that's my next journey, and I love it. But it puts you in a spectrum of initially, this is demonic. We're not supposed to be here. This is not for business. It's a load of crap, right? Or you'll be thinking, it makes sense, right? Different people will have different aspects of this. How one embraces this section will depend on how much they went through pillar number 4 and pillar number 5. We all have a good sense of these. It's just whether or not we want to dive deep into it or not. In that section, we have a better understanding about the truth about spirituality. Or we'll just be totally freaked out. I'm guessing that pillar number 4 will be the first one to go through, then pillar number 5, then pillar number 3. I wouldn't say that we're going to go through pillar number 3 a great deal, but we'll definitely be going through pillar number 4 and pillar number 5. I'm really excited for us to go through this journey and have a discussion and just talk about all these different ways we can navigate through this spirituality. One of the things I'm excited about is that this is all inclusive for anyone who would like to join. We have a seat at the table for anyone who is open to this. All right? And it doesn't matter if you are, as I said, in the grips of religion, or you are an atheist, or you are an agnostic, or you have no clue what's going on, or there's something here for you, because this is our nature. This is our nature. We are all spiritual beings. And so there's something in here for everyone. So I really hope that you'll join me on this. As I said, that's all I have for now. And until I see you next time, take care and goodbye.